Welcome back to level 13, signs, synchronicities, and feedback loops. Reality isn't random, it's responsive. Every number, lyric, comment, or perfectly timed coincidence is the simulation talking directly to you. You're not navigating a neutral world, you're moving through a living mirror where your inner state creates the echo you see and hear. This level is about learning the language of alignment, reading the symbols, tracking the patterns, and recognizing feedback loops that you programmed yourself. Because when you know how to read reality, you can recode it in real time. Reality speaks in symbols. And once you start listening, the whole game changes. Every number sequence, song lyric, repeated phrase, even that random comment from an NPC can be a coded message. The simulation is always speaking, but it's your presence that turns up the volume. The more aware you are, the louder the signal becomes. Symbolic feedback isn't random. It's the simulation's way of saying, yes, you're in alignment. Keep going. You create the echo. What shows up in your world isn't random. It's a reflection of your dominant frequency. So-called coincidences, they're not accidents. They're responses, casually linked to your inner state. Reality isn't some neutral backdrop you're walking through. It's a responsive mirror. Everything it reflects, you're broadcasting first. A sign isn't a permission, it's a confirmation. It doesn't grant you access, it validates what you already chosen. Waiting for signs puts you in a pause mode, but noticing signs, that affirms you've aligned with your chosen timeline. The signs don't create the shift, your belief does. And the more certain you are, the more signs appear to mirror it back. Because as source, you broadcast the signals that make up the symbols that show up. Reality is giving you intel constantly. But are you tracking the feedback loop? What shows up in your outer world is just data. Not personal, not punishment, just information. Use it to spot patterns. Notice where you're aligned and when you're not. When you update your internal state, the simulation responds instantly. Change the input and the feedback auto updates because the game is always listening to the now version of you. Reality isn't static, it's interactive. You can talk to the simulation, ask for signs, expect a response, then watch what unfolds. This is a living feedback loop, a co-created conversation with the field. Treat your day like an alignment scavenger hunt. Every symbol, every pattern, every synchronicity is part of your story quest. And the more you play with it, the more responsive it becomes. Because when you engage with reality as source, reality engages right back. Player Quest Synchronicity Log Challenge. For the next 24 hours, activate your symbol radar. Stay aware, stay open, track 3 to 5 signs, synchronicities, or repeating patterns that appear throughout your day. For each one, log what were you thinking, feeling, or doing right before it showed up. Ask, what is this showing me about my current vibration? These aren't random. They're precise feedback from your field. This is your source-created loop in action. Learn to read it like a pro, and you'll never feel out of sync again. You've just decoded the language of alignment. The symbols, the signals, the way reality talks back when you're fully tuned in. Now that you're listening, it's time to let those signals lead you. Because when you're in alignment, action doesn't feel like effort. It feels like flow. in level 14, the effortless way, from trying to flow. You'll learn to stop forcing and start receiving. No hustle, no pressure, just clarity, timing, movement. That's what comes from the now. So let's drop the grind and unlock the glide.